So by now you have got a beautiful headline section and a stunning summary section to your LinkedIn profile. Very important that you don't drop the ball when you now go down to the experience section. And that's still an area that I find a lot of people don't spend a lot of time on. So it's either a copy and paste of job descriptions, which we already know is not the way to go about it, or it is literally just a listing of company name, position held, and the period that they were employed by that company. And so instead of this being a vibrant reflection of your value add to the market, it really becomes only a historical list of positions that you've held, and it's not doing anything to make you more marketable. So I think the reason that people don't do it is because it takes time, and it takes some thinking about it and it takes some effort, but it is so valuable. And if there's one thing that this whole pandemic has made clear is that the relationships and the networks that we have are very important. And if you view the way that you present to the market throughout your career, in good times and in bad times, in times when there is a lot of business and they're chasing you down for new positions, and in times when you need to hunt to actually find that new opportunity, you want to constantly be making sure that your marketing ecosystem, the way that you present to the market and the value add that you bring to the market, is really the best of the best of the best. So when you get into the experience section, what you want to do is you first of all want to indicate what the company was and the period, and obviously the position that you held. When it comes to the title that you held, if your actual title was very vague or nondescript or not the common type of title that would have been given to someone in your area of expertise by other companies, rather change it up and give a title that's more descriptive of what you did so that it's easier for people to recognize what your position was and what you did in that position. And then you want to go into about 3, 4, 5 lines giving context to the environment that you worked in. So think here of things like if you've worked, for example, for a global shared services environment, indicate that, because even though it might be a new industry, it might be more important for them to know that you understand global shared services from a finance perspective or any other type of perspective than that you necessarily worked in the particular industry. If you were the CFO of a major banking group, well, then obviously the whole context of that group is important and the whole footprint would be automatically part of what you have worked with. But you could have been the CFO of a group company or a specific area within that banking group. And then it's important, once again, that you indicate that, so if you, for example, only worked with the Africa business or only with a corporate and investment banking in South Africa, you want to make sure that they understand where you fitted into that profile and where your experience was. Similarly, if you're an engineer, which operation you worked at. Was it underground? Was it open cast? Is it TMM? Is it HME? You want to make sure those things are clear, that people can understand the context of your specific environment and your level of seniority. And then, of course, you do want to give some duties. Now, although it's not as comprehensive as you would most of the time do in a resume or in a CV, you still want to make sure that all of the keywords that are pertinent to your experience is there. Because if they aren't, then you're not going to come up when people do searches on LinkedIn with Boolean search on specific skill sets or specific areas of expertise. And you want to make sure that they can actually locate you and see you for those areas of expertise. And then, of course, you want to keep on verifying and establishing that track record of success throughout your career. So for every position, you want to list 1 or 2 of your key successes. You're going to go probably about 10 years, maybe a maximum of 15 years back. Earlier on than that in your career, it really is too junior. It's not relevant to what you are doing now. So you don't need to give much attention to that. If you do want to include it, you can literally just give position title and the company that you worked for, but you don't need to give more information. But certainly for at least the last 10 years, you want to have it rich so that it speaks to the market in terms of what you can bring to them. And that will position you stronger as well, even when you are then reaching out to network with people, because it will be clear where the synergies are and what the connection points would be.